I do want to take a little time to talk about the most important thing, in my opinion. It may not be the most important, but in my opinion, that there is to consider. And that's the becoming of the faculties. Every schoolboy knows that we have 5 outer faculties. And they work usually pretty well. Some people have a few problems with it. We have the tactile, touch. I love that faculty. I love the touch. I love to touch. There's so many different levels in that touching, from the coarsest physical all the way up to the most sensitive individual. Appreciation of the great poetry and the great beauty of life and the great oneness of this power we call God, or we call the infinite, or we call nature. And then there is this outer faculty that we call taste. And I like to taste. And sometimes I have misused that taste. And I've tasted things I didn't want to taste. And done it several times when I really didn't want to. So taste, we know about it, the outer faculties. We know about seeing. Seeing, these outer faculties go deep within our mental fiber. See what I'm pointing out here? It goes much more than just what appears to be outside. And then we have the hearing. What do we hear? How much do we hear? Do we hear really what is being projected at us? What do we hear? What is the quality of our hearing? Do we bring quality in where other people cannot hear? What do we see? What do we hear? What do we smell? What do we taste? What do we touch? These are outer faculties, and they're wonderful. And they give us so much. And we want to keep amplifying them. Not only for our use in the physical, but our use in those outer faculties of how we can work mentally and emotionally. But they don't scratch the surface of reality as to what we really have, the 5 faculties that are so inherent, that are richer. They are like tons of gold when we've been clinching little pennies out here in the outer. These are the inner faculties, and we call them imagination, we call them reason, we call them volition or will, we call them perception. And the people who work with those 4 inner faculties set up an environment to where they get to experience something so beyond, far beyond anything that they've ever experienced. And they call it intuition. And a person who's ever touched by that in the fullness, in its complete accuracy, in its completeness, they are never the same. They have seen a light where they were blind. And if you're blind and you've seen a light, you know there's something far more than you've ever been used to. So you'd never be the same. Or you heard a music that's far beyond what it could possibly be. And it touches every fiber of your being. It enriches every fiber. Your perception is sharpened and you see more, you feel more, you think more, and you want to be more. You want to do more. That's intuition. But all these inner faculties are something that people should be consciously giving attention to, of developing, refining imagination, directing it where it's supposed to be going. What is the most effective for the highest of your being?